betcha. But that's basically all it is.
No adjustments of any kind there?
None. None. And same with the hydraulic system. That sits there and it works. Unless at some point it's time to put some more fluid. Okay. Okay. Watch your head there.
So when the sliders are in, we're going to see that fluid level all the way to the top.
Yeah. And we can check that before you guys leave tonight, most definitely. And we got to put your capture plate on as well. What we'll do is we'll finish the walk, and then you can do your paperwork, Louis, and then we'll come back out and we'll do all the hitching. Okay? Okay. And then the other propane tank on this side. Okay, your regulator is actually going to be found on this side.
Right, left, or both?
It's going to be, this one is pointing this way, meaning we're running on this tank.
Okay.
Flip it over, you're running on the other one.
Okay.
You're only going to run one at a time.
And off is straight down?
Yes. Okay. Indicator in the middle there will let you know when the tank that you're running on is dry. It's going to turn red.
Only when it's dry?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, not when it's closed.
Doesn't come halfway or anything?
No.
Okay. And you got propane in them?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Yes, we fill them as part of the pre-delivery inspection. We do use a tiny bit to test your systems.
Sure.
But other than that, you've got propane.
Now, you said when it's turned one way, you know, like it's pointing that way, it's on the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But you said you could run both at the same time?
Meaning you could leave them both open.
Oh, I see.
That's
so
really all.
You're talking about this
yeah,
valve.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
This regulator is what does the switching internally when one tank runs dry, given that the other one is open. Does that kind of make sense?
But the switch, this switch will stay wherever it's at, right?
That's not going to let you know.
But it'll switch. If they're both open, it'll switch on its own.
What's going to let you know that you need to flip that lever is when that indicator turns red, pointing to the tank that you had originally...
If one was closed.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm. The other one open? I'll bring... Oh, no, that's all right. I'll just bring this back to this one, since it's open.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And next we have your jack pad. LCI electronic leveling system. Very easy to use. Okay. You're going to go on. And at this point, it puts you in a main menu. Okay. At this point, what you're going to do is you're going to use your arrows to either cycle up and go, say you wanted to do a manual mode of each individual jack. Okay, that's what you're going to do is you're going to go to your manual mode, you're going to press enter, and at that point, you can do whatever you want to each individual jack system, okay?
Okay, and this is as if we're facing this way.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Now, what I would suggest to make it just a lot easier for you guys is to use the system that they provided. Use the auto level system. It's just gonna make life so much easier. Basically, what you're gonna do, you're gonna
Not level.
You're gonna go on. Yeah, we did.
Okay.
You're gonna go on. You're parked. You're parked where you want to camp. You're staying. You're gonna come out here. You're gonna turn it on. You're gonna hit the auto level button.
Okay.
The auto level button is gonna drop each jack and then level you out. Okay.
Okay. Now these will be down, right?
Right.
So, does it work? Does it operate these also?
Yes.
In the auto level mode?
No. Well, yes, as far as leveling goes.
Okay.
But you're gonna have to drop them just to get the
Okay, and that's all new to me.
Okay.
So we want to go through that.
Sure.
When we hook the rig up.
Oh, you betcha.
So we know how that works.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Not a problem. We want to make sure you guys are comfortable with using it.
Let's say we're hooked up to the pickup. What's the first thing you do here? Is there a menu for that?
First of all, like I said, you can always refer to your owner's manuals.
Yeah.
Okay. But when you get to where you're going, the first thing to do is just going to be drop those front legs.
How do we do that?
You're just going to simply go up to your manual mode, press enter, and press the front. The front is going to drop.
These are not the front.
No, those are not the front. Those are going to be used by your two left and your two rights. Does that kind of make sense? You're basically, front is those two.
And they come down independently or at the same time then?
They're going to come down at the same time.
Oh, they are?
Yes.
Okay.
At least the two fronts if you're pushing the front button. Does that kind of make sense?
Okay.
Okay. So that's it. And you're basically just going to drop them until you're barely above the hitch in the truck.
Whatever above of what is?
Well, until your hitch on the fifth wheel is just barely off of the plate on the truck.
Okay.
Does that kind of make sense?
That's an eyeball deal.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Just make sure that you have then pulled the hitch bar.
Yeah.
Right. At that point, once you can pull the truck out, you'll do that. Okay. And then you're just gonna go and hit your auto level. And it's not gonna drop the fronts because those are already down, but it's gonna drop your other ones and then do all the leveling.
Okay. So the front are these two.
Yes.
And they're going to work simultaneously together. Yes. Okay. And then in that, if you're in the manual mode, okay, are these still operate in the both operate as one?
Yes.
Okay. The left and rear operate these two here. And the rear?
And the rear would be your rears.
Operates the two, and they're simultaneously at the same.
Yes.
Okay.
It's always going to run two.
Okay. That's. Okay. I guess that's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah. You betcha. And like I said,
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Like I said, auto level. You can go around and manually try to level yourself out. I don't know why you would
do it.
Sometimes that could take hours. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You betcha. It'll take hours for you to catch the coach up with where it needs to be. Sometimes.
Will it continue to keep it level?
Yes.
If things kind of settle?
Yes.
It'll work?
Yes.
4 hours from now or 6 hours.
And you're gonna hear it when it does that.
I see.
Okay.
Oh
yeah. This is top of the line stuff. And if you're going around and you do, once you're hooked, you're ready to get back onto the truck and take off, then you'll do those steps. You'll hook the truck up in the front, and then you'll just go to retract mode just by hitting the retract button, and then bring them all up.
Is there do you start at the rear, work your way forward when you bring them up? Does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
So what you're saying is when you hit retract, it will bring them all.
Then you're in retract mode.
Okay.
Now we want to pull up, and now we've got that clearance. That's
right.
That you're talking about. What's the next thing you do?
After you've got the clearance and you've pulled your bar on the jack in the truck, then you're pulling the truck out.
No, I'm talking about hooking it up and leaving now.
Oh, I gotcha.
Okay.
So you're back. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring the truck up to the hitch on the fifth wheel.
Right.
You're gonna stop. Then you're gonna raise or lower the front however you need to get the
clearance again.
Right.
Okay, and we're doing that. We're doing that by enter and front.
Right.
Is that correct?
That is, well, depending on what you need to do with the front of it, whether you need to raise it or lower.
Okay, so let's say we want to we need to raise it.
Then you're
We're going to hit enter
into manual,
and we're going to hit enter. That gets us to the and push this until we get to the manual mode.
Exactly.
Okay, and then we're going to hit front.
That's exactly.
All right, and then we're going to operate it here.
What do you mean?
Independently.
No, you're actually just to run the jacks at any time, to manually run any of the jacks, you're using these.
Oh, okay.
These arrows are just to get you through
the menu. This is just your menu,
That's
not
exactly.
enter. Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
And I really wish that there was more that I could explain about it.
So we're going to back it. So now we're going to back in with a small amount of clearance.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
And then we're going to come back here and find manual and hit front.
Right. And get the tray.
How does it know to go down?
To bring the trailer down?
Down, yeah.
You're going to go retract.
And hit retract.
And then the front.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay. We hit enter to get to manual. We hit retract.
Right.
And then we hit front.
Front.
Okay. Okay.
That's all there is to it.
Okay.
Of course, you'll have to make sure that the bar is still pulled on the truck hitch when you back it onto.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
So when he hits the front, after he's hit retract and he hits front, then all the others will come up at the same time?
No, those are going to have to button up, essentially. Push the button to bring them up in retract mode.
Okay.
Okay. And that's, you have 6 of them on the coach.
Right.
But really just 4 buttons to control them.
Right.
Okay. Okay. We've hit the retract on the front. Okay, now these have pulled clear up.
Yes, they're gonna pull all the way up.
These are still down.
No,
They've come up also.
They've come up, right.
So they all come up at the same time?
No, what's gonna happen is you're gonna get the truck onto the trailer, okay? Then what you should do is raise up your rears.
Okay, then
And do your
this
front
is your
flaps.
final.
Okay,
Right.
now, okay, so we're still on manual,
Yes,
and then we're going to hit rear.
that's right. You're gonna hit retract in manual mode. You're gonna hit retract and do your rights, rears, and lefts.
Okay, then finish with the front.
That's right.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So you're setting it down on
Yeah,
the truck. Then.
yeah,
Right.
that makes total sense.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And again, we're gonna do all of this when it's time to hook up, so you guys can see it firsthand. Okay.
Okay.
Now the manufacturer decal is gonna let you know information as far as your tire ratings, your weight limits. You'll find your VIN number on there. Most of that stuff's probably also on your paperwork, but if you need to find it on the coach, there it is. Okay.
That you want to put in your iPhone. Yeah.
All right. What is next? Other side to the big storage bay and your water / cable hookups. Okay. So first of all, for your exterior shower, which is just a quick disconnection or quick disconnect, the hose is right there. Okay, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
So that's your exterior shower. On city water, when you've got an exterior water source, you at that point don't need your water pump or none of that on to get water. Same
Yeah.
thing as with the other coaches. If you're running on your own onboard water tank, then yes.
Okay.
You need the pump and the water heater if you want to have both hot and cold water. Okay. We've got more exterior 110. Okay. Phone jack, landline. And this is going to be your cable and satellite prep. This is your in. This is how to supply cable and satellite to the coach.
Okay.
Once that's done, you're going to use your outs if you wanted to on the other side to run to the TV.
And that's going to supply to both televisions.
Yes.
Whatever you have. And
Yes.
We can switch between cable and satellite in there.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now we have another cable hookup, and I'm gonna have to find out why. Doesn't make any sense to me, so I'll find out. Okay, and I'll let you guys know. I'll find out why you guys are doing your paperwork and your financing and all of that, and along with in the front, there was something else. I should be writing this down. There was something else I wanted to check up on while you guys are doing your financing. I'll think of it. Okay, water pump switch. Okay. Sewer flush. Have you guys had that on a previous coach? Okay, so once you've dumped, just
Let's go through it.
okay. Once you've dumped everything out of your black waste tank, and you want to flush essentially that tank, you'll leave your valve open, hook up a regular garden hose to right there, turn it on, and it hits the side walls of the black waste tank. Okay, now you still have the hose, the dump hose hooked up, and you're leaving your valve open. Okay, and then
that's operated by the hose bib,
right,
wherever that is. Yeah.
exactly. Okay, fresh water fill for your onboard tank. Okay, city water. So there's two places to screw on your water regulator when it's time to use city water. You can either do it at the spigot, or you can do it right there. I would suggest right there, because it's the last point that you're pressurizing that water before it hits your coach. Okay. So, regulator onto that, hose onto it.
Okay. Need an elbow on that hose.
Right. Yeah. And then we have your black and your two gray
Two grays.
valves. Yes, you have two
Galley
grays.
gray.
So the way to think of it is you have one black and one gray for the bathroom, and one separate gray for the galley,
Okay.
aka sink.
Is that the way it's hooked up?
That is the way it's hooked up.
Okay.
Okay.
Galley tank and stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
Antifreeze fill. That's going to be winterizing procedures. If you wanted to essentially suck antifreeze through your lines,
Yeah.
that's what you're doing. Is you're using this pickup and you're putting it in a gallon of antifreeze. You're turning your water pump on, and it sucks it through.
That turns your hot water heater so it doesn't get in your hot water heater.
Right here, the bypass. Sounds like you know all about that.
It's good.
And that's pretty much it. And then, of course, if you do want to run cables and that sort of thing, you've got the inlet right down there.
You'd have to.
Absolutely.
Close the doors.
That's right.